giving you guys there?
Yeah, I was planning on just
All right, a lot of roster shuffling, but now it looks like you've got an idea of who you're going to have opening night. How much does that help you with the preparations this week, knowing who's here, who's not?
Yeah, I think it's good, right? Get a couple of good practices in, try to set the foundation here, and then. But as we know in this league, things change quickly. So, but yeah, it looks good right now.
How do you amp up the guys for that opening night over the next couple days?
I don't know if we need to do that. I think I think they're excited the season's starting, and I think that's the first 5 games. There's always a lot of energy, a lot of young guys, and they want to prove themselves. And so I don't need more. So maybe rein them back a little bit.
What about you as a coach? I mean, this year, there's obviously more hype just kind of surrounding the organization as a whole. Does that give you a little more extra juice coming in and out of the building every day as you get ready for the season?
I honestly, I think it's day by day for us. We're just focused on the process, the things that we can control. I think it's an exciting group to be part of, an opportunity to work with these young guys, and that's kind of how we look at it, more excitement than anything.
Nolan Allen won't be coming back down here. You got the roster spot up there after I think it was like 60 games up here last season. What did you see from him that got him a shot at the NHL level this year?
Well, he had a really good camp. He was, played to his strengths. Played within himself, and he kind of knows what he is. And I think that's a huge benefit when you're at that age. And it's one of the first things for young guys to kind of figure out who am I as a player and what am I going to be. And I think he's done that, and he showed that in camp.
Kevin Korchinski starts the season here after playing 76 games, I think, up with Chicago last year. How much of sending him and some of the other young guys down here is just to get them part of a winning environment? Not to say the Blackhawks can't win this year, but they're a couple years away probably. But how important is it for these young guys to experience that winning environment?
Yeah, good question. I think for Kevin, everybody's different, right? Everybody's paths are different. I think for him, more so play a lot, development time, extra practice time. When practice time is rare to come by in NHL, so for young guys like that, an extra, couple of practices a week, an extra couple of lifts in the weight room is huge. And I think it's just, for him to kind of find his game again, and he has a lot of abilities that will translate well to NHL. It's just a matter of kind of honing on those skills down here.
Share some of those abilities with us. What is his game when he's playing at his best level?
Well, he's really, obviously the skating is elite. When he gets the puck up the ice, either by moving it or transporting it, he's at his best. Defensively, when he's in the good spots defensively, positionally, and his habits with his sticks is really good to break up plays, and then he can get going the other way.
Feels like with defensemen, their kind of path to staying at the NHL level can kind of be up and down a little bit. Like their development can, go a lot of different directions. What is it about developing a defenseman for the NHL level that maybe makes it, take longer for, some cases?
Great question. Again, I think everybody is different there, but I do think it takes a little bit longer for defensemen and even longer for goalies, right? So. There's just little things in the defenseman's game. The handling forwards are faster, better, quicker, right? So I think there's a lot of different. I don't know if we have time to go through it all, but I think it is a longer path a lot of times for defensemen to get there and to stay there as well. So I think it's a component that we need to kind of make sure we're mindful of when we're looking at players.
And how much of that is just raw ability within like a player? Or is it just understanding a scheme and understanding their assignments at the pro level?
Yeah, I think that's a big part of it. That's a big part of it. Just again, finding who you are as a player. What are you going to be at that level? And even guys coming from junior now coming to the American Hockey League. American Hockey League is an excellent league in a lot of ways. So finding out what are you going to be at the pro level, right? That's the first step. And then the next step is what am I going to be at the NHL level, which is another level up. So.
Talking about some of these young guys who are in their first pro training camp, like Nazer or Slager. What has impressed you most about those kind of guys making their first steps here in the pro level?
Willingness to just come in every day and be ready to work at their craft, but also they're inquisitive, both of them. They ask questions. They want to know, what we're looking for, and what they can do to become better players, which I think is a good quality in a player.
And who are some of the kind of veteran presences that maybe have taken these guys under their wing or shown them a little more these first couple of weeks during camp and into week 1?
Yeah, it's hard for me to say. I'm not in the room every day, but you have your Seeneys and your Sanfords and your Baddocks of the world. Those guys I'm sure are helping the young guys out. That's something organically that happens as well. So, but those are the guys that we lean on as a staff, and definitely will here in the next couple of weeks.
You're not hurting for experience at the goaltender spot with Comesso and Weekly both back here,
Yeah.
and it all starts with goaltending. So, how excited are you about that with what you have returning at that position?
Yeah, no, it's a positive for sure. Right? They've been through it for a little bit now, and they know what to expect in the league here, coming in every day. But also when you go on the road playing these teams, so I think that's a big benefit for us as a group.
We got Coach McNevin here in his first year, replacing Nightingale, who worked with a defenseman, right? What have you seen from him, one of your newer coaches on the staff? dealing with, like we were talking about with defensemen, that important development. What have you seen from him in his first year coaching with the staff?
All positive. He's a can I say hockey nerd? No, but he's really detailed. Loves to watch games. Loves to watch clips. I think his development and his eye and his thought process for development is really good. So that's something obviously with the young defensemen we look for. So far it's been really good.
Does he change up the defensive philosophy at all, or he's just more working on the individual mechanics with different guys?
Yeah, no, I think it's more so. I mean, there's the same, like, we have a structure that we set in place, and it was the same when Nighty was here or somebody else before, but we set the organization, we set the structure, and then when you're in the coach that works more on individual with the players on development. I mean, we're really an extension of the development staff, or vice versa, they're an extension of us. So I think that's the biggest main responsibility when you're in that role, is working individually with the players. Good.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it, Coach.
Thank you.
Good. Yeah, I'm good, man.